Hello, it's Mr. Ralphs. We're here to teach you some math today. Starting a new unit in teaching 10.1. We're finally done with fractions. Woo, woo. Do, 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 do. We can dance now, right? Okay, so this unit is dealing with two-dimensional figures. And we're going to start out with some basics right here. So what you're seeing here is from their big math book, and it shows you what kids need to know. And so a point is just one dot. It's an exact location in space, as you can see right there. So a point, boom. It's a dot, it's a starting spot. A line is a straight line, a straight path that continues. So these arrows over here is so crucial. Those let you know that it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. So a line has to have those arrows. The difference with a line and a line segment is it has two stopping points. So it ends. It doesn't keep going. It eventually ends. See, and if you can see in the examples over here, the yield sign, they have these lines here, and that wasn't very good, but they eventually end. They come to a point, okay? Whereas the road, in this example, those lines go on and 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 on. Okay, and then our last one is a ray. A ray has one end point and the other end goes on forever. So it has one arrow and the other end goes on and on and on. Okay, so that's the first part. So a point is just one exact location. A line segment is a line that goes on forever. It has two arrows at the end. Line segment is a line, but it has two stopping points, as you can see here. And an array like this arrow over here, it has one end point, but the other end goes on forever and ever. Our next section is an angle. Okay, an angle is formed by two rays. As you can see here, there's a starting point, and it goes up to P, it goes over to R. So a right angle forms 90 degrees. It's like when you make an L with your fingers. It's a perfect 90 degrees. A straight angle is what it sounds like. It's straight. It's actually a 180 degree angle. That's important. Then you've got an acute. What do you notice about the acute comparing it with the right? Yes, acute is smaller than the right, whereas the obtuse, see, with acute I think of, oh, it's a cute little angle. Where obtuse, like, oh, it's obtuse, it's big, it's bigger than 90 degrees. So that's what you got to know for today's assignment. So what they're just, a lot of the homework is just going to be saying, okay, here is, or name me, write me, it will say something like this, GH, and it will have a line there. So what you know is, what kind of angle is that? Well, if you go back in our chart, or a line, that's a ray. It has one endpoint and one arrow. So I'm just going to write. The thing that students have to realize, though, is I've got to label this. Okay, so I've got to label, and when you label, and you start from it's alphabetical order. So I start with G because it comes before H. The other thing really quick that they're going to do is they're going to make this like a design, and then they'll put a bunch of endpoints and they will label it and whatnot. So we got E and we got F. And then they say, okay, give me an acute angle. Well, if you look like at D root D2, and let's say this point right here is I. So if you look at D to I to E, that angle right there is smaller. So I would go D I to E. That was a bad one. But you have an acute angle, okay? So you're going to have to look at a shape to discover. If you ever see this little triangle within your shape, you know it's a right angle. So the biggest thing that I would tell you in this lesson, really use these reference sheets that I gave you right here. They will really, really help you out. So this is Mr. Ralph's teaching 10.1, and I forgot a shape, so we'll draw a mountain. And here's a tree, and we'll do some water. So it's a mountain. This is Mr. Ralph signing off until next time. Thanks.